The year is 2011. The weather outside is moody and cold, and it seems like there's something wrong. Oh no, look out! A pink blob! What is it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Kirby, and he has returned to Dreamland. Yeah, for real. Look, that's the name of the game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And today, we are going to look at all the removed beta features that it has. Since they actually removed some very important things for the game itself, but also the story. Let's start with some cutscenes and intro movies, since there are some different versions that are a bit strange. First up, Prototype Movie OP. This cutscene is almost identical to a part of the game's opening showing Magolor's spaceship, the Lore Starcutter, losing its parts. Except there are a few effects missing as it exits the portal, and it plays the Infinity Power theme. It cuts to a black screen as the mast floats away, before the music fades. The name of this unused cutscene is at the bottom right of the screen. OP might stand for opening. This was probably an early version of the cutscene that we see in the game. They probably thought that the music didn't completely fit. And they also polished it a bit to make it look better. And they most likely forgot about this early version. The second one is Prototype Movie ED. The File Select 2 music plays as the Lore Starcutter, missing several of its parts, floats in the middle of what seems to be a black void with faint white streaks in the background. The Lore's oars, left wing, right wing, emblem and mast, then appear one by one and attach themselves with a lightning effect. The star on the emblem glows and the cutscene fades to white before panning out to the Lore Starcutter, resting on the ground and making various exterior shots. It then fades to black with plain white text stating, "To be continued," before the music fades out as well. Oddly, there's a duplicate file of this movie under the file name endingbitrateFixed.mo. Much like Prototype Movie OP, the name of this cutscene is at the bottom right corner of the screen, and ED might stand for ending. And maybe they planned for an open ending so that they could always make another game if this one was successful enough. One where the villain and his ship would return. But apparently they changed it and went with a closed ending. But why? Well, we have no idea.
For our last one, we have an unnamed cutscene. This one starts with a countdown from 3 to 1 with white numbers on a black screen. It then plays out very similarly to Prototype Movie ED, except the black void now has a purple tone, the faint white streaks are much more visible pink and blue streaks, and it fades to black after the star and the emblem glows. Unlike the other two unused cutscenes, this one has a logo in the top left corner reading HAL Laboratory Incorporation in a different font than the other two cutscene titles. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the first beta version of a planned beta feature that never made it in the game. It's a betaception! Holy But this might be the case, we aren't really sure, but it at least looks like they had a different kind of ending in mind. Now, they also removed some other things in the game, a switch, and an enemy. An unused but fully functional switch that works similarly to switches that hang from ceilings. It's unknown why they removed it, maybe they didn't need it or replaced it with something better. It even works if you place an item on it, so they could have made puzzles around this feature for the player to solve. Well. They also removed an enemy. It's a fully animated pink plant named Hearbell. The texture seems to be a low-resolution prototype, and its animations are still somewhat unpolished. The animations work, but need some refining here and there. Maybe they couldn't finish it, or ended up replacing it with something else. Now, besides cutscenes, items, and enemies, they also removed something way more important and epic. The thing that Kirby is all about. His one special thing. Abilities. And they actually removed not one, but two fan favorites. The Super Spark. The only remnant of this lost ability is its copy ability texture. Unfortunately, the rest of this ability's data was completely overwritten with files for the Ultra Sword. It is possible that one of Magolor's Soul's electrical attacks is related to it, as his attacks are variations of Kirby's super copy abilities. So maybe they removed it to make space for the Ultra Sword, or it just didn't work out and they recycled it partly in Magolor. Now for the second one, the Super Cutter. Several files related to the unused Super Cutter ability remain on the disk. The HUD hat graphic, and the models for the hat and the cutter weapon. It may have been scrapped because of its extreme similarity to the Ultra Sword ability, which is a shame since they put a lot of work into it already, but they could have just finished it and put into the game. But no.
Some of these removed features would have been a great addition to the game and could have made it completely different. But Kirby's Return to Dreamland is the Wii revival of the cancelled Kirby game for the GameCube after all, so they must have gone through a lot of changes in those years. They even worked on the concept of a full 3D platformer, but they eventually went with the original 2.5D side-scroller concept. The game also has a lot of leftover songs that were probably made during the GameCube era, since some have an extremely noticeable Super Smash Bros. Melee and Kirby's Air Ride feel to it. And so you see that not everything is meant to be, sadly enough. Oh well, this game is still great. Thanks for watching. Me and Thiefbug want to thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed this Kirby related video. Yay! If you want to watch more videos, click the annotations on the screen. Or you can always subscribe.